I officially started. So now we can
All
get
right,
to it.
here we go. Let's
So I
go.
guess
Let's go. Let's go.
we can start with the introduction. So just give me your name and you feel me? What we about?
Yeah. All right, here we go. We about to talk about some shit today, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all don't know, my name is Matthew, and this is what we about to do. We about to talk our shit today. We got a few subjects niggas need to get off our chest. About to run this up. Uh, Father's Day just passed. So how was your Father's Day, bro?
So my name is EJ. Uh, yeah, we pretty much here to talk about everything pretty much. My Father's Day was pretty fun. My girl took us out, took me and my daughter out to Outback Steakhouse. I got a couple
Oh, what?
gifts. Yeah, I got a couple
Yo,
gifts, and it was actually probably my favorite, probably my best Father's Day to date. So
yeah,
it was a blast. You know,
that's a better Father's Day than most of us get. That sounds
yes.
crazy.
Come on now,
That's
you know we
crazy.
don't get celebrated. Come on now.
Look, you man put. I know you put. Nah, you put the pressure on this year. That's no. There's no way. That's crazy.
Oh man,
Mine was cool. I ain't gonna hold you. Me and the bros got together, went out to eat, drank a
nice.
little bit, chopped it, regular bullshit. I got a few gifts. Honestly, I did get a few gifts. My daughter's mom did give me something. We always try to get each other something respectfully every year.
Yeah, yeah.
Something small. My mom got me something, but like, yeah, Father's Day was cool. Yours sound lit though. I ain't gonna hold you. My biz was. I went to
Uh,
eat.
it was
We
alright.
went
It
to
was good. It
see.
was good. It's a little something. Can't give them too much
Don't be
credit.
too humble, my brother.
You give
Don't
them too
be.
much credit. You feel me? Then they next year I
See,
get some socks and they call it a day.
see, here you go.
You
Here
know what I'm
you
saying? I'm telling you, you
see,
can't let it up. You can't let up. You can't let up. You cannot let up. But yeah, okay.
that's
So
too
let's.
much credit.
That's what it is. That's how it
Nah,
be. So
yeah,
let's get into that first topic. So the first topic we got here is gonna be. Let me see. What was it again? I mean, we're gonna edit the video too, so I could
yeah.
we could go in and out. 'Cause I totally forgot. I tried to remember. I can't go into the show notes from
I got you.
here. Yeah, 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 because of
I could
it's
go into
gonna.
it on my phone. Either way, I could do it from. I got the conversation we had before earlier. So I think we was gonna start with no, we was doing Father's Day. We were doing the representation of fatherhood,
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect segue.
or
All
we were
right.
gonna do I guess that was the ethnicity, right? Which
Yeah. So
ethnicity has the
which race or
oh god.
ethnicity is the best representation of fatherhood? And it's all
Mind y'all, this
opinions
was
here.
just topic, y'all.
Yeah, it's this
Mind
is
y'all, this
all
was this man
it's all
topic.
opinion. It's all opinionated here. This is all opinionated. For me, everybody's gonna feel their type of way about what is what. But you know,
All
I
right,
would say I'll let you go first. This is my question. I'll let you go first. I'll let
all
you go
right.
first.
We gonna talk some shit. I'm not sure 100% what you asking me, but if I had to nail it down, I think the best representation of father has been like overall in America because it's crazy.
Yeah, I'd say
Um,
in America. In America, yeah.
yeah, I mean, still in my opinion, it's been like it's still been a black father on TV. Like this, maybe I'm biased because obviously I coach. I didn't grow up watching people grew up watching Bob Saget, like Full House, but like I
Yeah.
never felt connected to no Full House. Like that wasn't my shit. Um, like I watched Fresh Prince. Like you know what I'm saying? I watched Fresh Prince. I watched I forgot Family Matters. Those are really the dads from the TV
I
era.
agree. Yeah.
How I represented it. I don't know about nobody else. Um, I mean other cultures. I mean the white dad has been prominent in all of the movies, like and TV shows over time, but they all real creepy. Like they all wild creepy eventually. Like I can't get with that shit. So
Creepy
I
is
don't know the
crazy.
best representation. The best representation of a dad I really do remember seeing is probably Carl Winslow. I ain't gonna hold you. Carl Winslow, Family Man is probably the best representation of a dad. He was a cop. He was a black cop, so he went through some stuff. He
Yeah.
was holding his family down. He never cheated. He never wavered. I mean, my man's really he held down the family.
No
I
doubt. No
mean, that's
doubt.
probably my
See, this is a it's a rare occurrence because I'll agree with you. I'd say that the black father is the most like underrepresented in today's day and age. I think is the most unrepresented father, but I believe that we have like the best representation of fathers, especially in media when it comes to, and it's just I think it's a stigma like that's against us when it comes to just the emasculation of men in general today. You know what I mean? Other than that, I do think that when, like you said, Carl Winslow, Uncle Phil, who else? I know you got the older shows from like the 80s and 90s. We
Oh
had
yeah.
a,
I
you
mean,
know
you
what I'm
got
saying?
Sanford and Son, you
Yeah,
got
man.
Good Times. I mean, you go that far back, but I'm not gonna hold you like. So that's our childhood, basically. Like you're not wrong though, because we don't have that same representation on TV now. I mean, that
Right.
whole era of TV is gone. Of we got like Blackish, like that's
That's
cool.
another good
Like
show, right?
Anthony Anderson is a good dad in that show. He holds it down. It's
Hmm.
more comedy than it is drama, so you don't get the and they do the woke messaging. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as dramatic as it
Yeah,
was
it's
before.
not. Yeah, it's not like a CW show where it's like it. Oh man, like you watch Homecoming, you watch not
Yeah,
Homecoming.
yeah.
What is it?
Homecoming.
What is it?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh man,
Um,
that show. What's
the
the
football
original
show.
show? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the original? What's it called? The show that you were watching? Yeah, what is it called? What's the name of the show? All American. That's what it's called. All
Yeah, do
American.
you watch All American? Yeah,
Yeah.
All
So
American is fire. That's
it's
dramatic.
it's dramatic. Like all the CW, even the Flash and Arrow and
Yeah,
the Supergirl show. All those shows are all dramatic and they have like cheap writers, but they get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's good enough. It's good enough to get the job done.
I mean, they definitely do. The black representation of fatherhood has been weird. I mean, we've
Oh,
gotten into the.
Black Lightning.
Oh, black. All right, that was a good
That's
representation too.
yeah
That's a
yeah.
dope representation. He was a solid dad.
Hmm.
I think it's get. I think it's waivers 50-50. I think as we growing up, as we become dads and we become fathers, I'm talking specifically, I was born in 92, so I'm specifically talking the range of like 85,
Yeah
96, 98, something like that. As we get older, you're into your 30s now, late 20s, the, the father in the black community, I think, has taken a big step forward.
hmm
We're not as reckless as our parents. We didn't grow up in the drug era the way they did. We grew up kind of dealing drugs, and some people like dibble dabble. I mean, you do what you do, but their era was the crack era. Their era was it was harsh. In your 70s, 80s, that's kind of how they were. Rolling Stone is a real term for them. Like
yeah. Yeah, it
it's
was
not
like
for us.
they was doing certain drugs like we do weed now, like how we do
Yeah,
I used to call it the reefer back then, but
yeah.
but they used to do other stuff how we do marijuana now. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's a crazy time.
Our recreational was really there every day, and like
Yeah,
it's like that. So I feel like I know what you mean, and I think the representation has gotten better because we believe in ourselves now. It's
yeah,
not. I'm seeing it. My friends are doing dads, fatherhood. I seen the outpour of the love on Father's Day. It was a little bit there. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen it because back in the day, I mean, 10 years ago it was nothing. It was a dead
yeah.
holiday. Now
I actually
because
have
we
something
demanded
interesting
it to
too.
be something,
I got
we
something
demanded it
interesting
to
on
be
that.
something now.
I was watching it's a while ago. I think it was on Facebook, right? I seen it was like a poll or something, and that the woman was talking about it was a white woman. She was saying how there was a poll for, I think it was on Twitter actually. She was saying how if you ever get in trouble, she said to her child, like if you ever get lost or you don't know where you're going, whatever the case may be, as a kid, to
Yeah.
find a random black man. Like if you say you at Six Flags to
Yo,
because
chill, chill, chill.
what's crazy, it sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but when she actually explained why, because obviously if you see a little kid that's lost, what you gonna do? You're gonna help that kid find their parent, right? And the
Something
thing
like
is,
that.
something like that, yeah, you're not gonna lead a kid like, but the thing is, I guess they were trying to compare. I mean, it's wild, don't get me wrong, but they were trying to compare like the creepiness of, what I'm saying, of other races compared to like if your child gets lost, go to a black man, because what they gonna do? They're gonna, I don't want nothing to do with this kid. Yo, where his parent at? Go find the parent and call it a day. But I don't know. It was weird. Don't get me wrong, but that's what.
I thought you was going somewhere different with that. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah,
I
nah,
thought you was
nah,
gonna go
nah.
because when you see a kid and you see a black guy, the cops coming and they gonna resolve this issue real fast. That's, that's what I thought
I
you were going.
mean,
They gonna resolve this
shit.
issue
I
real
mean,
fast. This not gonna get out of hand because they see a white guy, a white kid. It's gonna be real calm, no panicking.
I'm
Hold
crying.
on, your mom or dad. They look like their parents. Like especially if it's a white kid. Like it's crazy. They look like their parents. They're not gonna run up to me. I'm not letting no white kid run up to me. Keep it a bug. No way. That's why when you said that, I looked at you like, what? You from New York? I don't care about that kid.
That's why I was just as surprised when she said that. I'm like, why is this a thing? Like you actually have to, but I mean, hey, if that's what you telling your kids, I don't know why they lost in the first place, but if
Yeah,
that's what you're telling your kids to do, then I guess. I mean, hopefully they
I'm
get
out
back.
of there. I'm out of there. I'm not gonna hold you. That's not no no no. We not doing that. If I said the nah, that's not gonna be my kid.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think we're starting to turn the tide on being what's good representation for us and what's bad representation for us. And I think in the long run, I think that our generation is going to push it forward for especially young black dads. I think we're going to push it forward, and I think we're just going to make it a more of a more apparent that we want to be represented in the right manner. We don't want to be our parents or how black dads are not there. Like that's a stigmatism that's not true anymore. It's just not. I hate the fake statistics. It's not true. We're the most present,
It's
statistically, we're the
statistics,
most present
yeah,
parent
with
in the
us,
house
yeah.
now.
It's in our favor.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Um, I know we were doing that, and then you saw Into the Spider Verse, right?
Oh, of course, of course. Across the Spider-Verse, you mean?
Oh,
Because I know Into the
bro,
Spider-Verse
because
was
he
that
had a
came
good
out a while
dad. Boy
ago.
had a good dad.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Miles had a great
that's
dad.
a
Miles'
great
dad holds
great
it down.
representation. That's a great representation. I mean, I honestly think, see, I'm like torn on it because I believe that, and for the people that didn't see the movie, well, actually, you know what? We could just go right into the spoilers because I don't really care
Yeah,
about any of that.
because we're gonna
So,
spoil this. Y'all's
yeah,
gonna see
yeah,
this. They're
exactly.
gonna be like,
So,
work.
I would say I think he's a good representation of a father, especially in like for black people, for black men, for black fathers. I do think there's a great representation, but I also think that someone like Peter, I think they should be switched. Like their their
What?
their origin stories, like when it comes to Miles and when it comes to Peter, their origin stories should be switched. And it may sound like I said, it sounds crazy, right? But
What are you chatting, bro?
the reason I say that is because what the odds of so what did people have been saying from the get-go, like Peter's origin story is that of a black person, a black boy's. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody it's more you're more likely to be in a single mother household or to not have your parents in general as a black kid than obviously than a white kid. Let's be real. Like when it comes to Miles's life, like I said, it's a great representation, but that's just a hot take. I think that they should be switched. Like their origins should be switched. It would make them much more interesting characters.
Alright. I get where you go with, and I understand it because you are more likely in America in the last whatever how many years to see a black kid without both his parents, and maybe live with his grandma or live with one
Yeah,
parent, and
some
then
yeah.
his uncle dies. I get it, grandfather dies. I'm not mad at that. I like the way the stories turned out. I'm not gonna hold you because Miles got a dad. We gotta
Yeah.
stop that. We gotta stop that shit. That's one thing. Like, there's a few things we gotta have to stop. Like, black kids not having parents. Like, bro, we there. Like, I get it.
Nah, that's
You
a
know,
fact.
he
That's a
do got
fact.
his mom. He got his dad. And low key, that's how Brooklyn looks. That's how Staten Island's looking on this side of it.
Yep.
That's how Manhattan's looking. A black father, Spanish mom. I mean, that's representation right there of where we from. Like, that's New York to the core
Yeah, it
for
was
real.
great. It was great. That
Yeah,
movie was
the
great.
movie was fire. I enjoyed the movie. Um, I think my favorite part is that quote that I'm gonna do it my way. I'm like, oh
Oh
no,
yeah, yeah. That they do the
bro,
little flip and
he
then do the kick.
flexed.
Yeah.
Yo, he flexed, and he
Yeah.
really gave it that every his spin on his Spider Man on his iconic moments have been truly great. He has not wavered. The first movie was amazing. This movie's amazing. He has not like missed. They have not missed. This is the only thing Sony has done good. They have
I'm
missed.
cr-
They're like one for bro. They like 1 for 8. But this is the one. This is the one and the two.
well, technically, it's the second. It's the second one because
Yeah,
the first one was
it's
just
the
as good. I think this one was better than the first one, obviously, because the animation and everything. But
yeah.
the first one was definitely just as good. What's I about to say? I was about to say how again, I think my favorite part in the movie was when he comes back from all of that, right? And he's talking to his mom and he's saying, like, I did it. I beat all of them. Like I did, you know what I'm saying? He was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did what I did. Like, hey, I'm Spider-Man. I beat all of them. You were right. You know what I'm saying? And that was my favorite part because you damn right you did it. Like he took on every single
Yeah.
fucking Spider-Man. Excuse my
He
language.
may stay true.
That's all I'm saying. He took on every single Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse and they could not capture him. You know what I'm saying? That's what that I love that. I love that.
I'm proud
But
of bro.
then
I'm
yeah.
proud of bro.
Of course, of course. That was a great
I'm proud
movie,
of bro.
man. That was a
That
great
was
movie.
actually that was a great moment. You're right though, because that moment really solidified what his mom sent him off to
Mm-hmm.
do, even though she really didn't know, and he really won. Like
Yeah.
in that race of getting out of there and getting back to his parent, like he won. There's no way they couldn't stop that man. He
Yep.
was really going crazy, and I'm interested in seeing the next one. Obviously, it ended whatever. It ended on a cliffhanger and going into the third part of the movie, which
Hmm.
I was pissed about. I think that was the only thing I was really tight about. Like
See, okay, so that
a
that goes to the
cliffhanger, bro.
that
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 oh dear,
that goes to the next topic, right? So what
son.
what did you dislike the most about the movie? Because it's hard for me to even pick anything,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what I
I'm a,
disliked about it.
it, it was most likely easily to end it. Y'all got me tight in the theaters. I was
Yeah.
cursing. No, what's going on here? There's no way y'all gonna end it like that. You're not even gonna give me like most movies. At least if there's a part two or part three, it ends in a definitive manner
Hmm.
and it picks up again. It don't end on a cliffhanger mid
Like
movie.
a
It's like
like a episode of an
what?
anime or something, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah, it
oh,
was
but
tough.
it like all of a sudden the theater lights cut on. I'm looking at my
Hmm.
man next to me like yo, bro, this is it. I don't
No
understand.
after credit
I,
scene,
I,
nothing. Like that shit was crazy.
at, at all. Other than that, honestly, the one thing that did tweak me out a little bit is and I don't know if it's not really it's like a critique of the movie, I guess. I really
Hmm.
wish he would have like him and Gwen would have got closer. Like it felt like they had that one intimate moment, but it was like she shut him down a little bit, or like I'm not sure she was interested or whatever. I
I
forgot how
don't
the
know,
movie ended.
bro. When
It
she
was a little
was
odd. It
when
was
they were
very
when
odd
she
the
was
way it ended.
upside down, when she was upside down, putting her hair in the bun, I
Yeah.
thought we was about to fade to black. I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like,
I
but
thought that
nah,
was the
yeah,
Peter
that
Parker, Mary Jane moment. I thought that was the
that's what I'm
reverse, and I was like,
saying.
oh, this is
That's what
about
I'm
to be
saying.
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
But then they shied away from it, and I'm not 1,000% sure why. But I felt like I mean maybe they'll address it in the third part,
right,
probably
right.
most
Yeah, they're
likely.
probably
But
connecting
it
there. Yeah,
yeah, but it left a little bit of a weird part. But I don't think other than that, just there was really no bad parts of the movie. Like I gave it, it was almost a 10 to me. But like, I gave it like a 9 just because they left me on a nasty cliffhanger. I was tight next
yeah.
year, whatever.
Nah, I gave that motherfucker. I gave that shit 10. That was
I
just
did.
because the animation alone, because you got the animation, the music,
Yes.
the story, the obviously I won't want to say the choreography because that's I mean it looks like it was motion captured most of it. It's like
Yeah.
so that it was bro that animation was so fire. Like when you because I saw the movie twice. I went back and I had to go see it again. No, I saw it 3 times actually. I want to go see it again to be honest. But that movie so I'm gonna tell you. So my one gripe with the movie is probably it's the same as yours. It's the ending. But at a certain part of the movie when I believe when the spot gets away for the like I think it's when he gets stronger when he's more black
Okay.
than white and he has
Yeah.
or he's more in control of his powers. At that point I figured I started to remember because they mentioned back in I think 2020 or 2019 that there was going to be a two-part. This is around when we was watching Endgame. They said that
Yeah.
Spider-Verse was going to be a two-parter, just like how Infinity War and Endgame was. And I remembered that like last minute. I'm like, oh wait, this is why it feels like it's not progressing fast enough. Like and then on top of that, you had him go
Yeah.
back to the wrong universe, things like that. So that was yeah, no, that at that point I kind of picked up on it, and that's where I was like, I don't take away points for it because like they said it ahead of time. They
Mm,
just, I mean,
I
it
don't want to
kind
hear
of
that. I don't want to hear that
you
shit.
gotta
It
give it to them.
bothers
You
me.
gotta because they
I was
told
niggas
us.
about to flip chairs. Uh, I was
Oh man, nah, I
But that
loved it
movie was
though,
damn near.
bro.
That movie was.
Yeah.
I did. Movie was damn near perfect, honestly. And then
Uh-huh.
the first one was damn near perfect in my opinion. So I'm looking at this one like that's crazy.
Hmm.
I do got one question for you though.
What's
Just a
up?
real theory. Kick a theory. What do you think Prowler Miles is? Like, how do you think his character is gonna progress? Like, what do you think? You think
First
he's
of
good?
all,
You think he's bad? I already have my theory, and I'll let you know mine after
yeah,
we
please,
do this.
please, because first of all, that scene was pure heat. Like we gotta get that out the way. That scene was
Yes.
pure. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. That I was not expecting. I was expecting him to go to like to that universe. I expected him at some point too, because it was they even in the beginning there was an Easter egg where they showed the he's Puerto Rican, but Dominican Miles
Yeah.
Morales. Cause he with those braids, bro, he looked
With the
Dominican. They
braids,
got it. He
he looked
gotta get. He
mad
gotta
Dominican.
take them shits out, bro. He
He
got.
from the
They gotta.
Bronx.
That's why. They gotta take them braids out, bro. He looked too Dominican. But pretty much, they showed a picture of him. And when the spider disappears to go to his universe, they show him. They showed the Miles with the braids. So
Yeah, over the
that
portal.
right. That was it. So then that world as well. What was I saying? Um, uh, yeah, I'm probably have to just edit that.
Oh, you were
The
saying like, what do you? I was saying, what do you think Miles is gonna? What do you think the Prowler Miles is gonna be? Like, what do you think his character is gonna be?
oh, okay. So
Like,
I
who do you think?
think I think he's gonna have. sympathy for Miles when it comes to losing his father. I think this. I think he's gonna see. I think he's gonna probably go with Miles, work with him, or something like that, or somehow get to the other universe and see the father. And I think that'll change his tune. Um,
Okay.
it's kind of I don't know because I think somehow some way is gonna be the father that causes him to change his tune. It might be the
Okay.
brother. It might be the what's his name? What's the brother's name?
Uncle.
The Uncle Aaron. It might be Uncle Aaron that changes his tune. That causes him to change. Who knows? Honestly, I don't know at this point. But what's your what do you think is gonna happen?
Shit. As soon as I walked out the theater, I forgot. I went with a few friends, and I forgot someone said something, but it led me down the rabbit hole of. I really think Miles the Proud. I think Miles the Prowler is the only superhero in his universe or on his Earth, whatever. I don't know how
Hmm.
Marvel is. I really hate y'all,
Do you think he's
but
a hero?
I think he's a hero there, and I think because they said there's no other heroes there, there's no Spider Man there.
um,
So I think that, and they showed the Sinister Six took over the city, and when Miles got to that other universe, it looks like there was no heroes. It looked like it was burned down. It looks like it was ran down. And then
mhm.
you see the mural, and then to me, I'm like, okay, maybe it becomes the Prowler to fight crime. Maybe he's the only
That'd
person
be
there
dope. Yeah, that's a good
helping
twist. Yeah,
helping out. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, maybe he's the only person helping out because there's no other hero. If there's no Spider Man, there has to be a substitute for him.
yeah.
It won't be like a grand hero. It won't be Spider Man. But if he gets the suit and his uncle's like, yo, we should do this. Like they were bad guys,
So
but
how?
there's no point
Yeah.
in being a bad guy if the Sinister Six is running the city. Like, what would be the point? Like,
Nah,
is
that's
everybody
fire.
bad? Like,
That's
you
fire.
know what I
I
mean?
think that's a fire. Yeah,
So
that's probably what they're gonna do. That's
yeah, I
probably what
think
they're
it'll
gonna
be.
do.
Look,
Yeah.
my mind was turning. I'm like, oh no, he's about
Yeah,
to
no,
come
that's
back.
that's
He's
a
about
good
to get the
one.
braids. He's about to throw the suit on. I think he's already good. I think
Yeah.
he's not. I think he's already a quote unquote hero in his universe. And I think if Miles explains it correctly,
Yeah.
maybe it'll help him. Maybe he won't. But like, it's cool to see either way. It's cool to see. But they're gonna have to use it more than a cameo. So I think he's gonna have good motivation.
You know what? I think you're right. I think they use that final scene to pretty much to it's the subverting your expectations of Miles being bad in that universe because it makes sense when Uncle Aaron is talking to Miles when he's chained up to the punching bag. He was like evil. He was like yeah. Like he wasn't really he didn't see. He's like, what? Why would I be? And then he's like, okay, all right, I see. And then Miles comes
Yeah,
in
he
and it
wasn't
shows
pushed too
him,
much about it.
right, right. So it would make sense that he's really the hero there, and Miles ends up maybe helping him in that universe,
Yeah,
and somehow however that goes after that. But
yeah.
I want to see
That's
what they
what I
do with
think.
the spot. I actually I have a theory about the spot as well. I have a theory that
Could be
that's
top
how
tier.
they're. He is. I think he will be. I think that's how they're gonna introduce Madam Web. I think Madam Web is coming in this next movie, and then that's how they're gonna. Because they remember they said way back that they were making a Madam Web movie or some shit like that, and I don't know
She ain't
how or
getting
why.
enough.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Enough.
it's
Enough, bro. Why do they keep doing this to
bro.
y'all?
I
I'm
I
not a
don't know,
fan of
bro.
them at all. Venom
I
was
don't know, bro.
dirt. All these movies been trash, bro. The Sony is not good at this. They are good with the animation with Miles.
Yes,
Stay in that
yes,
lane.
they are good with animation.
Everything else
That's
they've
yeah.
put out has been so mid. Venom was mid. Morbius was mid. They
I
don't
didn't
have a
even
good
watch
track record.
Morbius. I didn't even watch
It
it
was
because I
so
was
bad. It
I
was
didn't want
so
to be
bad. And
disappointed,
Venom
bro.
got two movies. I don't know what they doing. They just hold it on to Tom Hardy just because of the sake of
Mhm.
making maybe Disney will make a movie with them. But like it's so bad, bro.
I'll
I
tell
hate
you
that. But
what.
they have gotten Miles correct. Like this is the one win that they have. It's a great
This
win.
is the best. See, that's the other thing. This is the best adaptation of Miles. Like across the Spider Verse, into the Spider Verse is the best. So I was talking to Jason about this too on in the Facebook chat. Like Spider Man. Like when it comes to Miles, I don't think his. I think his comic runs were forced. I think like especially in the beginning. I think that without Peter dying, Miles obviously his story wouldn't have been as impactful, and it was the fact that they would flip flop to try to change his name, make him stick out a different identity or a different name, and the whole thing with
I
his
mean,
father. It was
it wasn't.
it's
I'll
just
probably
meh.
agree for
It's
you.
just like
Yeah,
it's like
it
we
wasn't
don't.
great,
Yeah,
but I don't think it
it's
was
the
forced. It
foundation.
wasn't great. Yeah, I don't think it was great because they were trying to do something that's never really been done almost for
Yeah.
Spider Man. But I only think that it wasn't great because it was something new. I don't think it wasn't great because like it was lazy or something. But I do think Miles is not the easiest character to portray. As Spider Man is like the biggest history. Like
Hmm.
he's the greatest hero ever. It's
Yeah.
Spider Man, Batman, and Superman. Like there is no other heroes that are that big. as though. And
That's
Spider Man
true.
is probably the biggest, if not the second, but he's probably the biggest one, honestly.
That's why Sony don't want to give him up.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so like DC has done different versions of the big, but they're not gonna give you a whole nice run. Like
Mhm.
they're not gonna give you like we had Asian Superman, we had a Black Batman, but they didn't get amazing runs. They don't get adaptations
Yeah,
into
Duke.
animations like that. They're not getting
Yeah.
live actions. That's not gonna happen. So Miles will probably be the first one. He's breaking the ceiling. So I get what you're saying.
Well, he
Like
did.
his
Yeah.
comic, yeah. So his comic run was a little mid. But like,
But it
what are
was
you
a
gonna
good.
give?
It's like I see it as like because people like nobody likes Tyler Perry movies, but I think it's a
Dog shit.
it's no, but it's like it's a good example of a comparison when it comes to Tyler Perry movies. Yeah, nobody likes them now because it puts black men in a terrible light and promotes just a bad community, just bad habits and all like that's you know what I'm saying that's what that
Bro,
is.
it's pure fuckery.
Yeah, but it gets the conversation going. You feel me? Like it
Okay.
started that conversation. It started that whole like he brought it to the light. I think without something like that, without us being able to see it on the black on the I said the black screen on the silver screen, without us being able to see it on the screen ourselves to realize that this is wrong. We should not be like this is what to be honest, let's be real. The shit that he put on the screen at first, the movies that he made, is like you can resonate with it to a certain degree, right? But the problem that we have with it is once you see the repetitiveness and the different patterns of what's wrong, like what am I looking for? The bad stereotypes that he's portraying in the movies of black men,
Yeah.
of black
He
women, you
pushes
know,
that shit. He
yeah,
pushes the
yeah,
stereotypes hard.
yeah,
He pushes the stereotype. If we listen, if we gonna give Tyler Perry his little 15 minutes, let's give Tyler Perry a little second.
yeah,
I am very happy for the individual Tyler Perry, and I'm happy for his success.
yeah.
I don't fuck with 90% of these Medea movies. My mom, my sisters, they grew up. We were watching them. Cool, cool. He's been
They
on
was
the run
funny.
for
They
like
was
10
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on a run for like close to 20 years, probably now. 10, 15 years. Don't get me wrong. Like, all props to him. But I don't care. Like we all know what that is. Like
Yeah.
most of his movies, there's the same trope over and over
It's
again.
black
Light skinned
exploitation.
black
Yeah,
man come save a black woman who's being battered or beaten or
by
drugged
dark skin man.
by her dark skinned man. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, he did like 4 or 5 movies of that in a row. Like
Mhm.
enough. We got it, Tyler. We got it.
I
Do
tell you
something
one
different.
movie though, one movie that even though it's like it is a cliche, you feel me? And Daddy's Little Girls, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That
that was
was
good with
a
Idris Elba,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's
That
a
was good.
you feel me? That's a, it was when you look at it, it's like comically, it's just like goofy. You know what I'm saying? When you actually look
Yeah.
at it from like when you look at cuts and when you actually look at it from like a filming standpoint. But when you like when you first seen it at that time, because it was obviously a different time. When you see it in at that time, it was like, okay, this is good. This is a good movie. This is nice. I
Yeah.
could, you know what I'm saying, resonate with this, whatever the case may be. But back to Spider-Man, right? So the reason why I brought that up is because I believe that Miles was the foundation, and that's why I compared him to Tyler Perry. He was the foundation of the all new all different Marvel. I think that's what it was
Okay.
called at the time, right? Where you got Ironheart, you got a new Captain
Okay.
America, a new Hulk. You had Amadeus Cho as the Hulk.
The ethnicity agenda.
Right,
They put it
right,
in full effect.
right.
Disney not dumb.
Yeah. I think Miles started that. I think so it's like it's give and take. I think there's positives and negatives that came from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that but okay, so with that being said, right, I do think that you know Donald Glover, Childish Gambino,
Yeah. But the
he
GOAT.
was he was
Hell of
the
a GOAT.
reason. Yeah, he definitely is a goat. You know what I'm saying? He's
Hell yeah.
he's good at almost everything. But fucking, he pretty much was the reason why Miles was created, right? So I
I
won't
saw
say
that in the
he's the
community. I watched
right.
the community.
The
I saw
you
that.
got the community. Then he had
Yeah.
a comedy show where he talked about. He's like, why is it? And that's actually why I partially believe what I believe is like, why is the Spider Man black? Like his storyline, like Peter Parker's like origin story is that of a black kid story. But
Bro,
it
we don't want to keep doing that.
look,
We gotta we gotta give him a good origin.
I'm
Like
just
it's
saying.
not like so. Hold on, put it like this: we've been represented one way for mad long, and it's accurate. It is accurate to an extent. But like, you ever think about what about the black people who do have both parents?
Now you're right. You're right. You're right.
There's mad at them like that. I'm not one of them. I didn't grow. I didn't grow
That's
up in
what
that.
I'm not
But
either. So
there's
yeah,
mad
no,
at them
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Which they deserve some light too. Like
Mhm.
give them they shine. Like I'm really not mad at the way they did. I'm really not mad at the way Miles' story is. I really do appreciate the fact that they gave him both parents, and
Yeah.
I do appreciate the fact that he's not. He's not a thug. He's not crazy. Like he's not over the top. Like he is exactly who we all are at one point in time.
Mhm.
Like before the streets get you, and
Without the
before you
ego,
turn into
yeah.
this, before you turn out
Yep.
without the ego, before you become adult and become jaded, he's exactly at that perfect age of where we like to be.
Hmm.
And people don't see black people like that. So I love the representation.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw. I mean, there's another superhero movie that came out that didn't have the villain that I wanted.
Oh
Didn't
man,
turn out the
yo,
way I wanted. But I like the movie though. And you about to, y'all?
I already know
I
where you're
think I'm.
going
I
with
don't know if
this.
I'm in the minority. I felt like I'm in the
Woo,
minority now, but when I first dropped, I
minority.
thought I was in the majority.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you
There's
off.
a hate train for the Flash. We just gonna point it out. I'm gonna
I'm
point it
I'm
out.
I'm
There's
on
a
that
hate train for him,
motherfucker.
bro.
I'm on that
Look,
motherfucker pulling the.
get the fuck
What
out
you
of
so
here,
come
man.
on, son?
Yo,
Come on.
there's a hate train for it. When it first dropped, when you saw the trailers,
Uh,
when they did the previews, it had great reviews. People liked it. It came out. Oh, it's a L da da da. It's gonna be great. Michael Keaton. Everybody enjoyed the previews. Everybody enjoyed the pre screenings. Everyone enjoyed it. It comes out. It does pretty well the first day. Then all of a sudden, I just see the hate train coming. I just see a bunch of people. Oh, they're complaining online. There's this thing with DC fans, and I'm a DC fan. I love us to death. I love it. I don't care. But there's this thing when they put out a movie now because they don't have a great track record that people are just tanking them now. And to me, the movie wasn't bad. It's better than the other movies we've said besides Spider-Man, obviously. But there's a bunch of mid movies that have come out that it's better than.
like what?
So I don't know. Like all of everything Sony has made.
Okay,
Everything
all right.
Sony has made.
That's a
The
valid point.
first bro, the first full phase of Marvel, this movie is better than
Wait, you said the
all
first.
those
You said the.
trilogies.
Wait,
The first
which
full phase of Marvel, which
phase one?
Captain America 1, 2, 3,
You bugging.
but it
You
wasn't better than
bugging.
no. Listen,
You
listen, listen,
bugging.
listen. It was better than Cap 1.
No.
It's better than Iron Man 1. It's better than
No.
Thor 1. It's better than Thor 2.
No.
It's better than
No. It
Iron
might
Man
be better
2.
than Thor 2. It's
It's
not
not
better than
better
Thor
than.
1. It's not better than Thor 1. I think Thor 1 was
Oh
pretty
my
good.
god! Listen, I'm not getting
Keep
into that,
going.
but I'm telling you right now, I like the Flash. I like the movie. I didn't think it was horrible. I did. It had bad times. So the CGI was a little not great at certain
Did you
points
hear
in the
the
movie.
excuse they gave for the CGI?
I didn't think that was an excuse. I thought that was real because
You think
they
that's?
did the same thing in the
Oh
first
my
one.
god. No
I thought
way.
they no. Like don't get me wrong. It might have been a bad decision, but I think he actually meant that. Like I don't think it was a
Man.
lie. I think he actually intended for the visuals to be blurry and be a little jady because the Flash is seeing them from his point of view. I
But
don't
that's why I
know.
think it's an
Listen,
excuse. I think it's an excuse for that. I think
yeah.
it's an excuse for the people who do that job to do a lazy job on it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, they got a budget for a good budget, so I don't think it wasn't like lazy because you could have just spruced that up real fast. CGI is not hard.
I
It's a
think
lot of
most
money
of
and
it
cleanliness and budget.
I think most of the money probably went to having two Ezra Millers on the same screen. I think that's where most of the budget. Because if you look at it, it was really
Okay.
good. That's the one thing in that movie I could say was like really good. Like it
Oh
was
yeah, the screen effect.
yeah, him being in the same like was we. That's a fairly even though it's 2023, that's a fairly hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Even with deep fakes and all, it's very hard to do that in the film industry. But now go ahead, keep going because I know you probably you want to get off what you did like
Nah,
about the movie
listen,
because
I
I'm a
just thought it because I thought I liked the decent amount about it. I liked the way Ezra Miller's The Flash is not the greatest Flash, but I
it was
thought
okay. It was
His
okay.
Barry was solid, and I thought for the situation of Barry being with his parents. If you're a DC fan, you know how much his parents mean to him. You know what
Yeah.
his life is like,
Hmm.
so you know when he's serious, he's serious. I thought there was powerful scenes when he's talking to himself, telling himself to relax, calm down, stop thinking everything's a joke.
Hmm.
You don't know what you're missing. I thought that was beautiful. I thought he
Those
was
are the best
acting
parts
great.
of the movie, honestly.
Ben Affleck, top tier once again, and people hate me. I don't care. Hate it
Look,
all if you
I
want to.
I
But
give you. That's why
His Batman in this
it's
movie
the
was damn near
best.
perfect.
That was the best that he possibly could have done. But it was probably the best Batman that he's done out of all the movies that he was in. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was
Yeah,
like 10 minutes of screen time, it was great. It was
I agree.
definitely it was a
I
good
thought it was
job.
dope. I thought seeing Wonder Woman in there was cool. I thought
Nah,
seeing
that
Aquaman at
was
the
the
end
ass
was
pull.
weird.
I think that was the ass pull. The Wonder Woman.
To see Wonder Woman,
Yeah, that was the ass pull.
it's the League. Y'all get me tight. Now you blowing mine. You
Nah, that
blowing
was
mine.
the ass pull.
Because the League
Hey,
comes together
Gotham.
like that all the time.
How she
They
how
do
she
that all the time.
bro? If she flying, why it took her so long to get there?
She just said she was fighting somewhere else, bro.
Playing
She
what?
popped up and was like, "Listen, my bad. I was somewhere else. Had to handle something. I'm on my way."
She ain't
That's
have to
the
handle it.
league,
She
though, bro.
wasn't
Don't
doing
do that.
nothing.
Don't do that. You
She
know what I
wasn't
hate
doing
about that?
nothing.
Because we watch, she was in the crib.
She was
I
in the
hate that.
crib.
Because when we was watching Justice League, anybody watching Justice League animation, they watching the movies, they like, oh, when something bad happens and Batman needs help, and he start calling people, it's fire when Flash shows up and the woman pop up out of nowhere. But when they do it in the movie, here we go, it's an ass pull. Like, come on, bro. And she looked dope. She
I tell
popped
you,
up. She got a
look,
little shine.
I don't think she was. I think no, her scene as well was actually pretty funny. That was my problem with the movie. It's too fucking funny. It's Flashpoint, bro.
It's not.
Like,
It's not. Y'all gotta stop.
oh my, like why are we like I'm not. It was funny. The movie itself, it was a comedy. I would not put it as an action. I would not put it as a thriller. I wouldn't put it as a fantasy. It was a comedy, and that's what pissed me. You asked my girl when we walked out the movie. I said, "Yo, bro, I am so pissed because this shit was a comedy. I should not have been laughing, bro. Like this is not supposed to be funny." And then I showed her the Flashpoint movie, the animated one, and then when I rewatching that shit, I was about to tear up. I'm like, bro, there's no way they butchered my boy like this, bro.
They couldn't
There's
even
no
do the
way.
Flashpoint if they wanted to. Y'all blow by it because you act like they could
How,
actually pull that. How were they gonna pull that off?
bro?
That
It's
budget for
already
that type of
written.
movie
It's
is
already written,
massive, bro.
bro. It's already written in the like. They already got the source material in both the comics and
Hold
the
on, hold
animated
on.
movie, bro.
Okay,
The
okay.
two people that's
Let
supposed to
me
the two most important people, not most important, but the two most important people in that
go
movie that
ahead
could have been
because I'm about to get you.
was if they had Jeffrey Dean Morgan who agreed he wanted to play Thomas Wayne, they could have brought him. I don't know why they wanted to bring a Michael Keaton or George Clooney or Val Kilmer wasn't even there, even though I think it's because he's sick. But and Val Kilmer was probably the best Batman. But when it comes, like, I don't understand why they did that, bro. Like they could have had
Okay.
what's the woman that plays Maggie in The Walking Dead as Joker, like
Those
that
are the two
alone.
best. Those are the two. Hold on. Those are your two best characters right there.
Bro,
Those are the two characters that you think could
that's
have made that shit.
first of all, they could have had 5 minutes
Okay.
in the movie and that would have made the whole movie, bro.
It
Not
would have
only
made
that,
zero sense.
not only how would that make not only that, but when it comes to my other problem, obviously this is the biggest problem in the movie, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree, is that the Reverse Flash wasn't in that movie. Like
Yes.
how
Oh, I'm not.
bro?
Boom,
I don't
boom. That's the
go
only.
ahead.
That's the big. But that's the problem I have with the movie is the Reverse Flash is not there.
Yeah,
Now, even if he's not there throughout the whole movie, I can accept that. The one thing I can't accept is
5 minutes would
him
have been
not
great.
being at the. I needed him to be in the end credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I needed. I needed the
Killing
post
Barry's
credit,
mom,
end credit,
something. Yeah.
killing Barry's mom, or running away from being out of sight of Barry, trying to dodge him, and then trying to follow his life as a Flash. That's all I needed. But the
Or just
problem
show
is when
Eobard
people.
Thawne, somebody like something
Okay,
that
yeah.
anything, bro.
Me and you could agree on that. The only problem I do have is people comparing it to the Flashpoint. Do you know how complicated it is to pull that off that movie?
Bro,
You
come
just said two. Hold on,
on,
listen to me though.
bro.
You just named two
The nigga
people who are
went
not
back
doing
in
this movie.
time. Like,
Good, but you just named two people who are not doing this movie for free, right? Jeffrey D.
no,
Morgan's
they
not doing this for
not.
free.
They
Maggie's
got
not
George
doing this for free,
Clooney,
right? Hold on. That's two people. Now, who else is in Flashpoint? Aquaman,
Aquaman, Wonder
Cyborg,
Woman, Cyborg.
the
You got
whole
who else?
Barry himself. Then
Supergirl.
you have Supergirl, and the Flashpoint, mind you, is two movies.
No, it's one, but the other one is not really. That's a Justice League. No, that's Suicide Squad. It was
The
they had the
Paradox.
yeah. Wait. Justice League. No, that was Justice League Paradox. No, that was Flashpoint. No, Flashpoint Paradox is the one
It
where
ended
that I'm
it.
talking
Paradox
about.
ended the Flashpoint. I know what you're talking about, but then there was a Justice League Paradox the Flashpoint Paradox that ended it when he ran back in time and ran back and destroyed the world because he was gonna blow up. But there was mad people because
Am I bugging?
um
Is more than one movie?
no
No way.
because Robin's in that movie the Teen Titans are in that
No,
movie.
you're talking about. So you're talking about Justice League Apocalypse War. You're talking about that one where everybody
Oh
is just
yes yes
dying.
yes yes
Everybody.
yes yes
No,
yes. But
that was
that's
probably
that
their best
world.
movie.
That's that world though. That's
It
that
was, yeah,
world.
it is, yeah.
That's
So it goes,
Flashpoint world.
is Flashpoint, then Suicide Squad, I forgot what it's called. It was the last Suicide Squad movie they made, the last
That's true.
and that's where they showed Reverse Flash getting shot in the head by
Yes
by
yes yes
Thomas
yes.
Wayne,
But
and he
yep.
survived because he just kept speeding up his
He just
his
kept
healing
yep.
or whatever the case may be, or phasing through it so it wouldn't
Oh,
kill him.
I remember that. That was the coin that they wanted to get back to life. I
Right.
remember that movie.
Right.
That was a
So
Simpsons movie.
that's why I said the animated movies are undefeated, bro. Like this is they need to just
Yeah.
focus on that. Like I'm gonna keep it a
I mean,
stack.
but listen, it's gonna be doing the Flashpoint is not an easy undertaking.
It's
That
not,
budget
but
has to be way bigger than the budget that they got. You're talking about adding 5 more actors and a bunch of CGI
bro, it's
and
been
a
like
full
10
blown
years,
war.
bro. It's
EJ,
been
it's a
like
full
10
blown war.
years
E,
since this
it's
movie.
a full blown war, bro.
Hold on. So
They killing each other in that movie.
I agree. I think it would have been hard, even if you didn't include. Nah, you would have to include.
You can't pull that off.
I would say I'm trying to think because they were what they did was they put Supergirl in the movie when they should have just put Henry Cavill back. If they were gonna do it the way that they did it, they needed to put Henry Cavill back in that movie, back in
That's
this Flash
nasty.
movie.
That's see, I'm not. I don't agree because that nasty, skinny CGI Henry, everybody would have tore him apart.
I mean,
Tall,
the
skinny
movie's getting
CGI
torn apart
Henry.
regardless, bro. I mean, that wouldn't
That's
have
the
done
worst,
any
bro.
worse.
It can't. It could have definitely did worse. It could have did worse. I don't want to listen. It could have been Venom because Venom was supposed to be R-rated and then he was just punching people in smoke.
Oh,
It
yeah,
could have been way worse,
I don't want to talk
in
about
my
Venom,
opinion.
bro.
But I'm not. I don't listen. I don't think Flash. I don't think the Flash was bad. I think it's getting a bad rap, and I think people love to hate on the DC movie now. I think until James Gunn fully reboosts the universe, until we get the new
They should have
Superman,
used
until
this
we get
movie
the
to
new
do that.
Blue Beetle.
They should have used
Yeah,
this
no,
movie to
that
do
it's
that.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
When
This
they
is over.
showed George
Forget
Clooney at
concept
the
art.
end, yeah, when they showed George Clooney at the end, I was like, oh yeah, they done with this. They done with this fuck.
Yeah,
He's not
this
coming
doesn't make a
back. The
difference now.
fuck? He's not
No,
coming
no
back.
one's coming back. The
Yeah.
only person who could come back is Flash, and I wouldn't agree to it because everybody else is gonna be younger-ish, and he already knows who everybody else is. If he forgot, that's one thing, but he can't be the same age as Superman and Batman. It don't make sense.
That was another plot point. That was actually another plot point in the Flashpoint paradox that he starts to get his memories from that universe start to overwhelm that starts to overwrite his memories from the past universe that he was in. That would have been that's a great segue. That's a great transition to a new universe to bring him to. That's why I can't get behind this movie because it was pointless. It was just as much pointless as Thor 4, as it was just as pointless as what was the other movie that came out during that time?
Captain Marvel, useless.
Captain Marvel. What was that? What was the movie that came out? I can't even remember. That's how bad it was. It was Thor 4. What came out last year? Thor 4
Elementals.
and no. Damn. What was the other movie? I'm drawing a blank. Oh
Last year,
man, it was. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I can actually look it up because that's gonna bug
a
me.
Marvel movie from last year.
Yeah. It was Thor. What Marvel movies came out last year?
I
What
don't know.
Marvel?
This last phase has not been great for them anyway.
Yeah, no. Phase 4 was disgusting.
They leaned hard into these TV shows, and She-Hulk and Miss Marvel to me didn't really hit like that.
Nah, there was a few TV shows that hit, but that was a bad look. That was a bad look.
Oh wait, was it? You're talking about Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
I mean,
Doctor Strange.
I'm
Yes,
talking about no, not Doctor Strange, but it's the Spider-Man
the
movie. What
no
are
no
you
no
talking about?
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, Multiverse of Madness and
You didn't like that
Thor.
movie?
Nah, bro. It's not that I didn't like it. I thought it was. I would give it like a 6, like a 6 or 7, because it just felt like when you watch movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That
Okay.
and then you watch movies like Across the Spider-Verse and you watch like that and you see how they actually use the multiverse and how
They
they
get it right.
use you know what I'm saying they use it they do it perfectly, do it right. You don't even have to in Across the Spider-Verse you go to how many universes? You go to like 3 different universes altogether.
Yeah.
And they made it feel like you went to an infinite amount of universes
And
easily.
you understood it immediately. You
And you
understood it for
understand
some reason
exactly,
immediately.
exactly.
I
And
get that. I do get that.
Multiverse of Madness was just like it was
Yeah.
just bare bones. Uh, I'm
I
Doctor
mean,
Strange. We're gonna go here. We're
I
gonna
didn't
go
like it
here. Come back home.
honestly. Yeah, I didn't like it because I just felt like it was a continuation of
WandaVision,
WandaVision.
yeah,
And I
WandaVision
said, but
too.
why are they naming it Doctor Strange and the
Hmm.
Multiverse of Madness if it's just Wanda?
Yeah.
Like it's just basically a Wanda movie. She's in 90% of the movie with everybody else too. I
Hmm.
think he might have had like more words than her, but the same amount of screen time, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Like I really don't think they did anything special with that movie, and I thought it could have been special if they marketed it the right way. I think
Right.
they made it cheapy by bouncing it off of Doctor Strange, making
Nigga,
his second movie a weirdo movie. Like it's not really about him. He's like
bro,
the most insignificant
they
person in the
said
movie.
it. They said they like like the people that came out the media team. They said this movie was a multiversal movie. They said like they brought up they had what's the woman that plays Scarlet Witch? What's her name?
Um,
It don't even matter.
Smith.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen, right? So she was in different, and she had interviews. I could pull it up right now on YouTube. She had different interviews where she was reading House of M and fucking going over the pages, like, oh, this is
Yep.
what happens in House of M. Like, oh, I'm like, so they gonna do something with the X Men and have House of M, like some
Yep.
sort of like reverse House of M, maybe where they could bring the X Men into the. No, we're not gonna do that. We're
Yep.
gonna just bring you to a world, let you see Xavier, and fuck off. Go have a good day.
Yep.
Like
I didn't
that's
like that. I didn't
terrible.
think that movie was great either. I thought it was mid, and I thought they could have did. I thought they just had a chance to do better in that movie, and I just
Yeah.
thought that it was marketed wrong. They just made it
Yeah,
like a
it
mid
definitely
tier
was.
movie.
Right.
That Spider Man movie was the same way, but it was dope seeing three Spider Men
Mm-hmm.
and getting Toby and getting Garfield. But Tom Holland has just
It
been mid,
carries.
in
Yeah,
my
it
opinion.
carries. Yeah, he is. He's a very mid Spider Man. That's a hot take, but
Yeah,
he's a
they gave,
very very mid Spider
bro.
Man,
They
bro.
gave this kid so much weird stuff, but he's just a sidekick, and I don't like seeing Spider Man as a sidekick. It don't matter how people try to flip it. He done this, he does that. That man is taking orders from everybody.
You know
He's
what I
not a
was?
smart
Go ahead, go ahead.
representation. He's not a genius. He's not like he's just athletic and he's pretty strong, but
Yeah,
he's not as funny as Toby. I mean, as Andrew Garfield was, but he's not as iconic as Toby. I mean, so it just felt weird. Like
it
I don't.
just
I
it
think he's
starts
mid, and I
with.
think he.
You know what it starts with, bro? It starts with him. He doesn't look like Peter Parker. Let's start with that, right? Straight up. He doesn't look like a Peter Parker, right? He has the good, like the physique of a Spider Man, but he doesn't look like Peter Parker. I would say something that I saw earlier was, and I thought it was like it would be a great story to tell. I think if Tony Stark met Andrew Garfield's Spider Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider Man wouldn't even. He would just like he'd be like, bro, like what are you doing? Like, why are you like this? You know what I'm saying? Why are you like because he's so humble, so he's so like he's been through the shit that he's been through to like obviously losing Gwen and losing the captain and going through all the things that he went through as Spider Man. I think he has a much more mature Spider Man to the point where he wouldn't really he wouldn't really mess with Tony Stark like that.
Yeah,
I think
he's not a kid, bro. They're not children where they need a mentor and a mentee and this, that, and the third.
yeah.
Like they're their own superheroes outright. And I get it if Tom Holland fit Marvel's point of view of where they want to go in the long run. But
Hmm.
like in the short run, it's trash.
Hmm.
Maybe in the long run it works out because he develops into a grown man and maybe he
Right.
turns into Spider Man, whatever. I don't know how they're gonna spin it.
The
But
ending
like
was great, like you said.
yeah, exactly. But for now it just seems weird. Like I'm not really I'm not into any of that. But listen, moving forward, we got a new DC universe. Moving
Yeah,
forward, we get more Marvel movies in the next phase. Hopefully, phase 5 is better than 4. I think Secret Wars is going to be fired. There's a bunch of new weird stuff coming
yeah,
out.
that's
It
it.
already started. I didn't watch the first episode. So we're going to come back next episode. Me and you chat it up when we come back for probably next week or the next few days.
Oh,
We come
of
back
course,
and let's
yeah.
talk about it. We'll review. We'll definitely get into Secret Wars. We have to.
Well,
Um,
Secret Invasion, because Secret Wars
Secret
is
Invasion, excuse me.
Secret Wars is something. That's the big dog. That we not getting that
Yeah.
till we like 45 years old. So I mean, shit,
I mean,
that's gonna be something else.
they were calling Andrew Garfield the simp and all that, like online when he first got. He got a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
You saw that video
Wait, which one?
the simp talk.
Oh man,
We gotta
Jesus.
get into that real
Oh
fast.
yeah, of course, of course. The segue. I'm crying.
We
We
gotta
gonna
get into
definitely.
this.
I got you right now. So here's what we gonna do. I got a video for us, and we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now. See, let's get it right here. Okay, not the transition.
Yeah.
That's from Twitch. That's my Twitch transition. I'm crying. All right, cool. I'm gonna play the video now. I gotta get why is that video not popping up?
I'm going crazy.
All right, here we go. No sound.
I am convinced men that get on the internet to
Can you hear it? You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear it,
yeah.
right? You can hear it when I play the video?
Is it playing right now?
No, no.
Oh no. Okay, try to play.
Yeah, I didn't think of
call other men who cherish, love, and know how to have functional relationships. Simps are really jealous. You jealous, you're not
You good?
emotionally connected within yourself. You are jealous.
You know what I'll do? Because I have a way to do it actually. Because I'll edit all this out. Let's see. Straight screen. Yeah, I could have just did this from the beginning. Boom, perfect. 1080p, 720.
Oh, there you go.
All right, you can see it, right?
Can we click watch stream fast? See what pops up. Yep. Ooh, we out.
All right, perfect. That's
All right.
perfect. All right, so I'm gonna press play. Ready?
Yeah.
Jealous that you have allowed somebody
Good.
to hurt you and break your spirit because you used to be a good guy, but now you bitter because you let a woman take advantage of you before and you don't know how to get over that. So you jealous of other men who have healed, jealous of other men that don't have to use women to get validation of their manhood because they are secure in their manhood themselves. You are jealous of men who have figured out that you don't have to just be a protector and provider to be loved by a woman, that you can bring value in other ways. You are jealous of men that are secure in themselves. So when they look for women, they don't care if she a boss. They don't care if she got her own, because they bring other things to the table and they don't need to use having money and you depending on me for money as a reason to keep a woman. You jealous of men that have women that love them for them just being themselves, right? I get it.
So that's your angle. That's the way you want to spin it. Huh? We're jealous. Let me explain something to you. The reason why people like me jump on the internet and call you a simp, it's not because you cherish women. It's because you get on these platforms and you talk shit about men in order to get women on your side. That's called dirty macking. If you're really in the business of helping women, you wouldn't have a negative word to say about men. You would just encourage women. What you're doing is coddling women. In order to help people, you tell them the truth about themselves. Even when you go see a therapist find the inner thoughts and the inner hurt inside of you, you heal yourself and then you make the proper decisions. But what you do is you talk about another group of people. How the fuck is that helping women? Y'all niggas sit behind a 4K camera and look off to the side like somebody interviewing you, and you just offer unsolicited advice that you're not even qualified to give. Y'all out here lying, acting like Tyler Perry characters. In order for you to remain in business, women have to stay healthy. So that's why you preach bullshit. All you self-proclaimed relationship experts, fake podcasting, simp-ass niggas serve to profit off a woman's pain. If women get better, they don't need you anymore. Y'all ain't helping nobody. You got a bunch of bitter, jaded women out there following y'all, and you keep feeding them the facts that men ain't shit so they can keep coming back listening to your bullshit. If you want to help women, tell them about themselves. Tell them the truth about themselves so they can get better. So they ain't got to come look at your bum-ass page no more. Knock it off, dude. Ain't nobody jealous of nothing. Ain't no way in hell a real man jealous of another man dirty macking to get women to listen to him.
Yo, son on point. I don't even know what to say after that. I can't.
I ain't mad at bro. I ain't gonna hold you. He's not, like, the response video to bro simping is not wrong. Like, I do think people, first of all, the homie's definitely profiting off of women. Like, there's no way he's not. And there's no way he's not marketing towards women's hurt and playing off their hurt, talking about other men and what they should do and what's simping and not simping. I don't think, like, I acknowledge what simping is to an extent, but, like, I'm being real, like, I don't care. Like, you could simp for your shorty if that's how you show love. Like,
But that's not simping. That's not simping. When you married and you know what I'm saying? I think it's a difference between marriage and being in a relationship and doing certain things for a woman and she's not reciprocating, right? That's what being a simp is.
right.
Like being a simp is giving women whatever they want or giving women basically benefiting the woman and she's not reciprocating that same feat of benefiting you. That's simping. You know what I'm saying? That's just the plain example, the plain definition of it, to be honest. And there's a lot of men out there like that.
This mad against simping, and I'm not mad at the simps. Like, some people got to simp though. Like, that's the some niggas got
I don't
to simp.
disagree.
Like, that's the only way they about to get attention. That's the only way they about to get some type of fake love or real love. It got to be materialistic. It got to be the simp world. I just don't like when people throw other people under the bus. Like, don't throw me under the bus trying to get to a girl. That dirty maggot shit is really nasty work.
It's disgusting. Like, and we know we all could see it. Like, especially all men could see it like directly. Even if you do that, you can see it. Like, you know when you dirty macking, you know when you're wrong, like you know when you're not supposed
Yeah.
to be doing what you're doing. We've all been there, we've all done it. You feel me? Like not to a degree like that. Like we've all done it as a kid or whatever the case may be, because you've seen a pretty girl that somebody else started talking to or a friend started talking to, whatever the case may be, and that's just how it is. Like we've all done it, bro. But at that point, you realize that this is wrong. I don't like the way this feels. I'm not gonna do this.
And it's
These
bad work. Like
grown
it's
ass
just you gotta
men,
stand on your own too.
yeah, bro. Nah, these grown ass
It's the
men doing that is
podcasters though.
nasty. It's nasty work.
It is. It
Oh
is. They
man.
simping hard and they try to like, and I don't get the purpose. Like, I do get the purpose because they really either financially or they really trying to highlight these women on the low,
Mhm.
feed off the insecurities,
Both.
and bounce back off them. Like, I don't like all of that is nasty. Like, and I get
Yep.
what bro was saying. All of that is nasty. I do tell this much though. If y'all out there, bro, you got to simp and do what you got to do. Don't let nobody tear you down because you got to simp, my brother. Some of y'all got to.
Yo,
Some of y'all got to. Some
nah,
of them got
bro.
to throw dirt on your name to get above. Everybody cannot be this confident. Everybody
Yo,
cannot
throw
stand
dirt
on
is
forward. Everybody can't.
crazy.
I've seen it. I've done it. People have done it
Oh
to
man.
me. It be like that. Like if you got to do it, then I see them. Holla at y'all. I hope people grow out of that, and I hope people don't be doing that shit because that shit will get you. That shit will get you messed up too. That's bad. And those situations never end well. The girl's
Yeah,
never gonna like you.
exactly.
You're never really gonna get
Exactly.
far. It doesn't make sense. It's not a feasible thing in the
That's
long
the
run.
very important part. That's the most important
It's,
part is that you simping just gets you cheated on, bro. Like at the end of
yeah,
the day, like for real, like women really don't want a guy that does everything for them. They really don't. Because what they do, they go and cheat with a nigga that
check.
don't do anything, bro. Look, let's keep it a buck. A dude could do everything for a woman, and what does she do? She'll go cheat with a dude that don't have a job and don't have nothing. That can't do nothing for her because she want to fix that man or she want to like put him in a different space. Like that's let's be real. That's what happens a lot of the time. Like that's you can't. That's
Grass
why.
be looking greener to them.
Yeah, you in these situations, bro. Like, and this is where I've gotten a lot of advice on this. Right, you can't you got to make sure you this is where toxicity comes into play, right? Where it's healthy to be toxic towards women certain some of the times because they like that. They feed off that. They thrive off of it, bro. Like
We're gonna need
that's
some opinions.
I'm telling
It's
we
going
we gotta
crazy
bring
now.
we're gonna have to bring some women up here because we got to get
Yeah,
their point of
yeah,
view.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro, like that toxicity, like I was talking to her, like it was she's what was she like 37 years old, right? I was talking to her like it's a little while back. I was talking to her about this topic, and she was saying, yeah, you're right. Like we do like a little bit of toxicity. We do like where you know when you guys don't give us everything that we want right away or make us work for it or make us you know what I'm saying like I think the
Yeah.
woman should always be chasing the man. That's how relationships that's how they work. That's how marriages work.
This man is going
She no,
crazy.
I'm dead serious.
I'm not
Cause
about to listen. I can't wholeheartedly agree with. I think that women should be the chaser and man. I
they
do
have
think
to.
that in relationships, I think in relationships there has to be balance, and I do think there's more than likely always at one point in time in a relationship somebody who wants or lusts after the other person more. Now I do think that role should change though. I think as you get older it should change. I just think with time it can't
That I
remain the
agree
same.
with. Yeah, that I agree
When
with.
we're younger, it's a little bit more of a guy chasing girls, and then as you get to when you get to your late 20s, I think that it evens out a little bit, and I think that women start to chase men a little bit more. And I
Nah,
think that
I
it's
don't
just
think
this
so.
age.
Hell
I
no.
do. I think at this age where men have gotten their stuff together in their early 30s, because I think that's kind of when we start to get our stuff together, early 30s, and I think women start to
Hmm.
recognize that. I think they start to chase us in a different sense. They're not chasing us like we chase them. They're not whistling at us. They're not running down. Like they don't have that type of bravery.
Until they get
But
to a
they're more
certain age.
open. But I think in their late 20s, and they see men in their early 30s and progressing. I
Hmm.
think that they get more open, and I think they start chasing more. And I think it
Can,
changes.
can I tell you what
Like I
I
said,
think
I think
about
it
that?
changes by age. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think about so from the 20s to the 30s, right? I believe that women choose the same man. I believe that they all go after the same type of men. That 10% of
Yeah.
men where they make a lot of money, they either got to make a lot of money or they look good or whatever the case may be, they're a high figure earner. Um they all want that same man. But once they see like this is not obtainable in their 30s, and once they get to their 30s and above, where they either got kids or they've been divorced 2 times or they've been
Right.
engaged 5, 6, 7 times, and then be like, oh, I've been engaged though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you reach those women and they in their 30s going to their 40s, I think those are the women that because they're running out of options, they realize that men just want to sleep with them when they realize that those men weren't really trying to be with you. That's when they start to change their tune. I tell you, that's when they start to let me look
Yo,
for a guy
I got
my
a
age
question for
to
you that's bad funny though. You
go
think
ahead, go ahead.
Zion's a simp?
Bro, I
You
oh
think your boy's a
man.
simp? Because your
Oh
boy, come on.
man. Yeah, he's down
You know you
bad.
gotta chat it up for a second though.
Yeah,
Because that's
Zion's down bad.
crazy.
Zion is down bad,
Shorty out
bro.
here exposing Texas, DMs, Snapchats, 10 racks a
And
month.
she
Boy was
ugly,
giving
bro.
her everything. Yeah, she
And
wasn't even
and
looking,
she
man.
look
If he was in New
nasty.
York, he would have been getting taken advantage of. Shorty's out here, oh my God, they would have
For
snatched his shit. He'd be
yo.
broke by now.
Why
He'd
you
be
think
broke in
they
New York.
got courses? They got courses and classes on how to finesse these NBA players and NFL. I mean, maybe not the NFL players as much because they be beating they women. But when it comes to
Yo,
the NBA,
so,
when it comes to the NBA,
right.
they got classes, bro. Like, yo, here's how you swindle. Here's how you finesse an NBA player because they all want the
See?
same thing, bro.
And Zion is a simp. He reminds me of a person who don't have that natural confidence. He reminds me of that person because he's young. Of course, he's making dumb decisions. Of course, you're
Right,
gonna spend your money. But
right.
you buying sex all the time is wild
Yeah.
to me. You don't gotta do that,
Even
bro.
to that
You
degree,
don't have to do that.
even
To
to
that
that
degree, you
degree,
don't have to do it to any degree, but his degree is insane.
go
What he
after,
was doing was absolutely insane. And he's doing it
bro.
with porn stars. He's not like macking out, flying out Instagram
You could go
models.
fans.
He's
Yeah,
doing
Instagram
full blown
models of
porn stars.
fans. That's
Yeah,
gross.
he's doing full
That's
blown porn stars. Then
gross.
he's like having babies. I'm like, this man is out of control.
Getting
He
a
might
porn
be
star
simping.
pregnant is crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
listen,
go ahead.
bro.
My
His
fault. My
especially
fault.
in his run, he ain't the only person though. Freddie Gibbs just had some too, but I ain't gonna get on Freddie too much. Not too much on Freddie
Wasn't it
today.
somebody else that had that got it might have been him that you're talking about. Somebody else got a woman
Yeah,
pregnant and then she was doing porn pregnant
the bus.
and
She was doing the bus.
bro, oh my
Yeah, that was Freddie
bro,
Gibbs.
that's
I said not too much on Freddie
crazy.
today. Not too
Bro,
much.
that's
Not
really
too much on Freddie.
wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
his whole thing was crazy. But I mean, Zion's situation is now similar because he's having a baby with Shorty. He's young, and to be honest, it just seems insane for me for him. Like I didn't like he really him being spending that much money is simping because I don't think you have to, but I think his confidence lacks that. I know they're getting him. Like don't get me wrong, these are grown women.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 23 or 22, something like that. These are 30-year-old women. They know what they're doing. They know
Yeah.
they're getting the bag. They know they're about to grab somebody. But bro is simping 10 racks a month. You don't got to do that. He's gonna be broke
Now he about to
doing
be
that, and
paying.
he ain't
Who
even.
knows?
Bro, not even playing right now. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you're gonna call somebody a simp, then he outside simping. I
Yeah,
don't
man.
understand it.
That shit, it's mind boggling to the position that he's in. Not only it's not even just one. You got two women
Yo,
pregnant,
he got two,
and they
and
both.
they exposing him.
Oh man.
He's
Oh
not even
man.
holding it down.
And then you
He's not
got the
even.
women talking about you spitting in my mouth and then going back to this other girl. Like, bro, I
Yo, boy,
can't,
going
bro.
crazy.
I
They
can't,
spilling
bro.
all the tea for
Talking
bro.
about he was
And
crying while. Come on, bro.
and we
That's
know,
tough.
like I know basketball players. I know regular people who move and dabble like that, and they're not as sloppy as he is because his is just. I mean, I never understood that. His
Man.
can't be. You can't move that sloppy if I'm you. And then these women don't respect you. You mean to tell me they
That's
don't respect you enough
bro.
to not say nothing, bro?
That's why you
Like,
got to get
where's the
that
NDAs
NDAs.
at?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, we on the
where's
same
the
page,
NDAs at,
bro.
bro?
And you got to get the
If I'm him,
NDA.
come on, bro. If I'm
But
him,
he's
everybody getting
careless.
an NDA.
You know what it is? I
If I'm
think
him, it's over.
when I think he's just stupid. I think people like him, you know, you should look at the previous players that came before you, you know what I'm saying, and see what they went through.
Yeah.
Like use Scottie Pippen as a perfect example. Use what's his name?
Bro, there's a bunch of
CJ
basketball players
Washington,
who lost
PJ
millions of
Washington.
dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, bro,
PJ
like
Washington was just really the
that's the
last
poster
person too.
child for that's the poster child
Yeah, now.
for impregnating just a Instagram model for doing nothing. Like
Oh
she
my god.
does nothing. Like it's
Yeah, I don't know. I
crazy,
really don't know
bro.
what Shorty. What was Shorty's name? Is that's not Brittany
That's
Renner. That's
Brittany Renner, yeah.
Oh, it is her. Okay,
It's
yeah.
Brittany
She
Renner,
didn't.
yeah.
She just got him. She just got him. We got him.
Yeah.
We
That's
got him.
literally
She
what
went back to the
she
hood like
wrote a
we got him.
book. Wrote a book. She's
Yeah.
on podcast. She's been and then
Bro,
now she's a great she's smart. Like I'm not gonna lie, she's smart. She knows how to market herself.
yeah,
But obviously she's still a 304, bro. Like that's just what it is. Like
yeah,
that's how she gets around. And I don't blame
bro.
her for
That's how
being
she
this
moved.
304. Like that she's a
Stupid.
woman in 2023. Like it is what it is at this point. But it's just fucked up to do what she did, like to groom her. Like, and that's crazy because if you put the shoe on the other foot, or if you flip it, it's a double
Yo,
standard.
you in
If
this
you,
grooming word,
bro, if you,
that shit gotta stop.
ton, if
It's
you
not
flip it,
grooming, it's just perv. It's just pervy
yo,
shit. It's
bro,
just pervy. It's
if you
not
flip
molding
it,
grooming. It's
that
like,
shit is
yo.
gross. If you flip it, she was going after PJ Washington when he was playing in college.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
what was
yeah,
it?
yeah,
What was he in college or high school? One of those. And it's like, bro, that's grooming. Like, I'm sorry to say it. You have
Nah,
a kid
yeah,
by
yeah,
him,
that's
marry
fucked up.
him. She did talk about it though. She did because I was watching Anton Daniels. So she was on his podcast, right? And he made her feel comfortable, so he was able to get certain answers out of her with good questions that normally other people couldn't because they would come at her a certain way
Yeah,
and attack her. But he didn't attack her. He would ask her certain questions, treating her like a human being. And she came out. She was saying how at the time, they were actually married, like she was happy with him and she actually wanted, but obviously he cheated or whatever the case may be, and she didn't like that or she didn't want to play that part. Even though it's like now she's probably playing that part for somebody else. It's kind of stupid, but
yeah,
I think she has said that too. Like she learned like she probably would have handled things differently. But that whole situation is just like you put yourself in a situation, so like he's an NBA player. Like
yeah.
don't that's where it becomes like not believable. Where it's like you saying this is kind of just like bullshit because you know what NBA players are like. You know what they do, bro. You're
Yeah.
not getting with LeBron
Yeah,
James,
she just
who
got to take accountability. Yeah, she got to take. Everybody's not LeBron. She got to take
right?
accountability for what her situation is. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's dumb because what are you cheating for, bro?
Yes. Yeah.
Like this is the problem too. Like
Well, I don't know. I don't
like
know
he
if you.
chased. It's Brittany Renner,
There's
bro. We're
plenty
not
of
gonna act like
reasons.
she's.
it-
We're not gonna
It's
act like she's dirt.
there's plenty of reasons to cheat as an
It's
NBA player
listen.
with fucking millions of dollars.
There's
Your
probably
average check is
plenty.
$500,000, bro. You, you come on, bro.
Listen, there's plenty
Like,
of reasons. Don't get me wrong, but now look at what you're doing. Because now
yeah,
you look
yeah,
foolish, and now
looks
you got people
stupid.
talking about your baby moms in a certain way.
Yeah,
Like, regardless if you like her or not, regardless if you're cool or not, that's a that's a low. That's
I don't
low.
think
Because
he
now,
cares.
like nobody cares, but nobody cares if he cheated. And I hate. I'm not trying to defend her because I don't know Shorty. I don't want to defend the situation. But nobody talks about him cheating. They just talk about her moving on and her being older than him and younger and they all took advantage. Like, bro paid wild money in child support. Wild money in child support. He's supporting her
Oh
whole lifestyle.
man,
Child support's a whole different another conversation because he's paying wild money. Zion about to pay mad money in child support too. He about to
yo, he's
what?
done. He's
Bro,
done,
10
bro.
racks
And
a
he's
month.
not
He better
even
cut
playing
everybody
right
off.
now. He's not
He
even
better save his
playing.
money and cut everybody off. Because
Nigga,
once
you
you
got to
start having
cut his
kids,
mom, his dad off. You got to cut
bro,
everybody off, bro.
everybody. I'm out of New Orleans. I'm going somewhere else. I need
Yeah,
a new
man.
contract. I need another 50 mil for somebody because I'm playing the 10 years. I got to. Because he's
Yeah.
losing money, bro. That's crazy. They all about to go into mad money paying child support to women they don't want to be with.
And they trying to get rid of him, New
and they,
Orleans.
yeah. I had a men's, quick thing too. I was talking to somebody the other day about child support, and they were talking about how much do you care about where the money goes? Like, how much do you obsess over it? How does like if you see
That's a
your
good
daughter's
point. That's a
mom
good
is something
question.
new,
That's a good
you see
question.
your daughter, you see your daughter's mom is something new after you done pay a little bill. How crazy can you get? And
All
I
right, so
told him,
yeah,
you gotta just let it go. Just gonna let that shit go.
that's
Just gonna let
facts.
that
No, that's
shit go.
fact from experience. That's facts. I see it as like it depends on the workload. I think it depends on how much who has custody of the kid and who has custody of the kid the majority of the time. And I think it depends
Yeah,
on it's a percentage thing. I think I would say like I'll use my situation as an example. Like my daughter's mother, she lives with my daughter's mother. She lives with her mother, right? Um so I'd say when I give her money, it doesn't matter. I don't really care what she uses it for. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my responsibility, obviously. And even though I take care of her, I pay for her, I take her places, I do, whatever the case may be. It's fine if she wants to go get her hair done, get her nails done, whatever the case may be. That's on her. If she wants to spend her money on that, it's whatever. Like you better be able to pay them that rent though. As long as you're paying that rent and as long as you
yeah.
feeding our daughter, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where, like you said, you got to let it go. I think at a certain point, I was very like frustrated, like you know what I'm
Talk
saying.
about it, cause talk about
But
that fresh out, cause you know
yeah,
that fresh
bro.
out the relationship. I
Yeah,
want your money talk.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah, bro.
knock it
It's
down, cause that's how you
and we
feel.
all
They
know it's
get
out of
a
spite.
dollar.
Yeah, we all know it's out of
Of
spite.
course,
It's out of you know
bro,
what I'm
it's out of
saying.
spite. And we broke. We not
Yeah,
balling. Like,
exactly.
what do you mean? How much money am I giving you versus how much money am I making?
And we're spending money on our kid already on top of that, bro. We're not just, it's
If
not
you're
just
not a
give you
deadbeat
money.
and you're
It's
still
not,
spending money,
Yep.
then I had my man's was obsessed with it. Oh, running down this girl, you paying me this much, I'm giving you this much, I want to know receipts. I'm like, yo, bro, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack.
Yeah.
You're gonna give yourself gray hair talking about I want to know every dollar. No, you don't. It's unnecessary. Just give it the amount of money you set on and let that shit go because you stress yourself to a whole nother level with child support. And that shit is crazy. Like, it's just insane. But like, you do care, especially in the beginning. I was spiteful too. What?
Yeah,
Boy,
I tell you when you care. I tell you when you care when she asks for more. I tell you that much.
That's a fact.
When she asks for more, whether it be $5 extra, whether it be $10 extra, like that's the extra $40 a month. That's the extra $20 a month.
The more is always there too. Why never stop?
Why it's not open? Like why exactly? How much do you think? How much do you think should be an average amount that women should get? Like what? How much does a woman need for a kid? If she was to take care of the kid, let's say 5 days out the week, right? On average,
I'd say if you have one child, from the age of
per month.
Let's say 1 to I'm gonna do per week.
Per week, okay, that's valid. That's valid. Same thing.
I'm gonna base it off mine because I give my daughters my money per week. I would say one child from the age of 1 to about like, because it doesn't change your age because as you get older, the money has to increase as you get older. What are you gonna do?
You think it has to increase?
Yeah, to an extent, it has to increase until it decreases. It got to go.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
From so like from 1 to I want to say 1 to 8, maybe 1 to 9, depending like now type of money. I would say $150 a week. Okay. It's usually okay. $150, 100. Yeah, somewhere between 100.
Yeah, I'm 125. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, once your kid gets over like 10 years old, I mean, double digits, clothes start, growth spurts start. If they want to do an activity, basketball, like that stuff has to make sense. Yeah. So then you might go up, or you might break even because maybe your daughter's mom makes a lot of money. Maybe at that time y'all don't need it, or maybe none of that stuff happens. But I would say from 1 to a certain age before double digits, it could be $150 a week, $100, but somewhere between $100 and $150. If you have 2 kids, then you stop having sex. You pay child support, brother, because you asked out. There's no amount of money because now you paying, bro. You're gonna want to pay $300 a week, and I think that's fine because I think that's
that's fair. That's fair. And but you know what I say at that point, if you have, see, that's where shit gets muddy, right? So that's where and that goes into the whole conversation of our community and us having kids out of wedlock and things like that with the wrong people at that. Like even people like I said, when I was talking to the 37-year-old, right? She was talking about how she was married for like 13 years and her youngest child was 12 years old. And she was saying how, she didn't want to go on his page. She didn't want to be on his page. And he was saying how, what did she say that he said? He said he wanted her to, not go to work or go to school. He wanted her to take care of the household. She didn't want to do that. She wanted to go get her degree. She wanted to go be a RN and do all these things. I'm like, but when you think, I'm like, that's a whole nother conversation, right? So
yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that.
That's a rabbit hole. I know where you're going.
Yeah. So when it comes to that whole situation, it's like if you have multiple kids, the long story short, just stay. Like find that middle ground and compromise. I believe if you just stay, bro. Like just find a way to. It's tough because women never want to. Yeah, women never want to stay.
So much other stuff, and I get what
it does.
I do get what you mean because there is a point where I think just stay matters, and then it matters and it doesn't matter. But I get exactly what you mean.
Anything after one kid is like.
Listen, tell that man wrap it up, bro. Because you're not paying child support for 2, 3 kids.
Just don't have sex.
Same relationship. Yeah, you quit or wait something. Do something, brother.
Or just go straight to 10, like Nick Cannon, bro. Go straight to 10. The quicker you get to 10, the sooner you get to 10, you ain't gotta pay no child support. That's the new. You feel me? That's crazy to me, bro. Like that's
when you get to 10, you can stop as a tax write-off.
Son, that's insane.
You need a tax write-off all your kids.
That's insane, bro. Like that's how we're playing. Like that's the laws, bro. Like. Have 10 kids, you don't gotta pay child support, right? If you have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you gotta pay child support for every one of them little bastards. But the problem is, like, just don't have sex, bro, or go to 10.
Leave that shit alone.
That's the motto. None or go to 10.
We're gonna be We gonna be back though. We gonna run this back. I
Hmm.
think we definitely we got a lot more shit to talk about. There's
Of
a lot
course,
of
of
deep
course,
dives,
of
and then we're
course.
gonna come back. We gotta listen the submarine story. Oh, let me run this real fast to you
Oh yeah,
because you
of
say
course. Go ahead, go
you
ahead.
ain't heard about it.
Hmm.
And this Wednesday right now they got one more day of oxygen.
Yo,
So there's
it's
five
not funny. That's
people.
not funny.
I think it's five men and different. It's out funny because
It's
the
not
memes is
funny.
fine. So I'm gonna
That's
let it ride.
not.
No,
That's
you don't
not
gotta laugh. I'm
funny.
gonna laugh for you though. I'm gonna laugh for you. So there's
Yo,
five. There's five men in the marine in a submarine. Turns out it's not really a submarine. It's like a pill that they stuff these five people in, and they bolted the door shut from the outside. Mind you, you can't even get out. So it's pressurized. It's like a pill. It's like an exploration vehicle. So they threw it in the ocean. First of all, I think they paid like people paying talking about they paying $20K to do this to go down to see the Titanic, to explore the Titanic in this little pill. Crazy. It was one of the gentlemen happens to be a billionaire, and he brought his son along. Yeah, bro,
I want to
you
real
can't
quick.
make
I
this
want to
shit
play a quick. Yeah, I want to play a quick game. I want to play guess what race it is. Right.
Yo,
I just want
chill,
to
chill,
ask, what race are these people?
So they whites. It's the
Okay.
whites.
Yeah,
This is the whites. This is their adventure time.
okay.
This is their great
Okay.
deep sea fishing. So they're on exploration to go see the Titanic. And now
Why do they
they
love water so
are
much, bro? I'm sorry.
bro.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Because I just saw,
No, they
bro. It's in a span of 2 weeks. I saw a dude get eaten by a shark. Right.
Shark was crazy.
I saw a dude get eaten by a shark, and it was gruesome. It was very gruesome. Right. You got that. I saw a couple almost get eaten by a whale on their little on their little kayak or whatever the case may be, right?
Oh, I did see that too.
Why are you in well infested waters where there's orcas in a kayak? All right, we're not gonna go there, bro. That's number two. And then now we got this.
They love to explore, bro. The water is where they be tapping. And first of all, I don't fuck with the ocean because you don't know what's down there. Nobody really does. But so boom, now they're down there and the radar goes off. They are unresponsive to everybody. They have about 30 hours of oxygen, which is gonna run out. Today's Wednesday, so it's gonna run out sometime tomorrow if they don't get found. It was they did have a ping. Someone from Canada, I think it was like Canada Coast Guard, said they heard a sound, like a sonar sound. They bounced it off from somewhere down there, but they didn't really don't know. But it's not safe. And it turns out the craziest part of this whole thing is the the submarine pill that they're in is experimental. It's not even FCC approved. It's like some weird deep sea that's
They want to die?
device.
No, I'm legit asking.
Yeah.
Like, did they? Is this like? Did they write they? So
Yo,
they each wrote their wills and everything beforehand. They wrote
they signed those
the
waivers though.
waivers. They signed the
They signed
waivers.
the waivers.
Okay, so the pen was working. All right,
One of
pen
them
was
is a
active.
billionaire. He brought his son along, and they basically got less than 24 hours left to live. They down there.
Nah,
And
they
they
got to be
on
more
track.
to it, bro. They got to be. They must
Gotta be.
know. Nah, see, this is where the conspiracy theories come into play, right? They must know. Like you see how it was in Black Panther 2, right? Where they had the portal to where Namor and everything was. They probably knew there was a portal, right? They got to that portal, and they in Earth 11 right now. They got
If
to
they
be,
ever
bro.
there,
They got to
they
be.
are. That man asked out. They wilded. And they went
Jeez.
down and and then it turns out that they're talking about the remote control because this is the device that they're in can be controlled
I seen
by
that.
yo,
I seen
yo.
that meme. I seen that meme. I definitely seen
It's
that
a PlayStation controller, bro. It's like a regular. You go
one.
straight to GameStop. You pay 80 cash for the Supreme one too. You got the speaker on it and all. Like they have that shit disconnected
Not the
like 12 feet
speaker.
in the water.
Yo, chill.
Fuck out of here. They are
They
bugging.
said they
They
heard
are
a
bugging. The
sound
memes
through
are
the speaker. That's
bro. The
crazy.
memes are flying, and I really hope. All jokes aside, I hope they survive and I hope they rescued. But this is just an outrageous story that proves
Yeah,
we
no,
gotta stay the fuck out the ocean.
that's
It's
insane.
not really for us. We don't gotta go exploring. But we're gonna wrap. We're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna
Yeah,
wrap it
no,
there.
that's
We're gonna leave it
insane,
there.
bro. Yeah, because I was about to
Yeah.
start talking about aliens. We gotta get on.
That's see next one. Next one.
Yeah, we gotta get on.
Next one.
That's
The people,
insane.
we need y'all comments. We need y'all likes. We need y'all to
Yeah.
join.
Go
We
ahead
need
and hit.
everybody to
Yeah,
participate. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about a lot of shit. If y'all got any suggestions, we're gonna get to it. Until
mm-hmm.
next time, we're gonna be back.
Of course,
Yo,
of
bro.
course. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yo, outside.
Shout to Nick Cannon.
Nick.
Yeah.